So, Paul, we're just having a talk about some of your watch. You've got an Omega. What's it? It's an Omega Planet Ocean GMT.
Aquaterra.
Aquaterra. So it's not a Planet Ocean.
No, it was the next level up, I think. It was the Aquaterra.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Let me have a look at this. This is it's Omega Seamaster Aquaterra chronograph. So, Paul, what made you pick this watch here? So many watches.
Well, that's the thing. There's so many watches, and I'd always had a Omega Flightmaster for many years.
So you bought that in 2000?
2000.
You bought it second hand?
Yep.
It's a manual wind traditional Flightmaster.
Correct.
Which you're getting overhauled very soon.
1974 model.
1974. And you'd had some brand loyalty?
Yes and no. I mean, look, brand loyalty for me goes as far as I know the brand. And
Yep.
and that it's served me well.
Yep.
But that didn't kind of it didn't mean I wasn't looking at other brands.
Okay.
I just knew that Omega was a good brand. I mean, unlike you, Archie, I don't have the knowledge behind me, so I had to go with what I knew.
No, now you were looking at you told me you looked at a Rolex GMT. That's the new ceramic.
Yes.
You had a look at that's the steel one, wasn't it, with the ceramic?
Correct. Yep.
And you also had a look at the Omega.
Yep.
And you also had a look at you told me a Ball.
I had a Ball watch. I was looking at the Ball Space Master Orbital 2.
Okay. And what stopped you with that one? That would have been a mistake, Paul.
Well, I know that now, but what I originally did is I just typed in on Google what I was looking for. So I put in wristwatch, GMT, chronograph.
Oh,
and then,
okay. The Rolex isn't a chronograph, of course.
No, it wasn't, but it still came up because I had GMT in the search field.
Oh, okay, got you.
Hit search, and then hit images.
Oh,
and then I just kept scrolling through the images, and I said, well, I like the look of that one, and I like the look of that one. And so I went to the sites and wrote down the names of the watches. And then after that, after I found out, there was a Tissot here, and there was a Seiko there, and Citizen here, and Rolex there, and Omega there, and Ball Watch here, and all these different brands. Then I went onto forums to find out what I was looking at, because I had no idea what was a good watch and what was a bad watch. And then I got the old marking pen out and went Tissot, rubbish, Seiko, rubbish.
So you went to a few forums?
Absolutely.
Which forums did you go to?
I can't remember.
No, but they were linked into that, of course.
Oh, yeah. There was Time Zone, I think was one.
Time Zone, yeah.
I also looked on Chrono24, found that site.
Yes, that's a marketplace.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I saw what they were selling, and I saw the prices, because what people are selling watches for kind of dictates some kind of quality as well.
Yes.
And I saw that the things like the Tissots were going cheap, the Seikos were going cheap, the Omegas weren't, the Rolexes weren't, Ball watches even weren't. And so I just, after doing research I had a myriad of watches that I was looking at, and by going to the forums, I crossed out 90% of them.
Okay.
And closed in the playing field of what I was looking at. So I originally went with what my eye thought was good.
Yeah, it's just very fascinating talking about the buying process.
Yeah.
To you. So that's how you started the search.
Well, this is because.
And what sort of budget did you have?
I didn't want to limit myself to a budget to start off with.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to limit what I could look at.
Okay.
That was going to be another thing that got the magic marker out after I'd limited it down. But in my own mind, I thought, well, my Flightmaster's worth about 4. So I was looking from 4 to 6, maybe, in that kind of price range.
Yes.
Now, in the end, I spent more than that.
Yes.
But so price was a factor, but I would rather spend more now, and after I've forgotten about the price, still be enjoying a wonderful watch, than spend less now and regret it in the future, not paying that extra.
I see. So that's the process, and you came across, and then you went to the stores and had a look.
That's right. So I got down to the Rolex GMT.
What color dial? What color? Bezel.
It was just going to be the black.
Black on black.
Yeah,
Okay.
the black ceramic.
Yep.
And I even looked at some second-hand ones on eBay as well
Okay.
to get a feel.
Yep.
Came down to that. It came down to the Aquaterra chronograph.
Yes.
It came down to the Ball
Yes.
Space Master Orbital 2.
Yes.
And what else did it come down to? There was a few others hodgepodgey in there that I was kind of umming and ahhing and I wanted to see in the flesh.
I see.
So the next thing I did was jump in the car and go to some watch stores.
Got you.
And once I saw the Ball in the flesh, the Ball Space Master Orbital 2 in the flesh, it was too ritzy. It was too bright. When you turn the lights off,
Yes.
that glowy stuff they have, the
Illuminous.
whatever it is, the
Yes.
little capsules they have in there, you can nearly read a book at night with it. So that was too bright.
I see.
That was too bright.
People like gloom.
Yeah, well, I mean, this wasn't loom. This was actually that radioactive stuff that
I
glows,
see. Yes.
and it never goes off. It lasts
Yes.
like 25 years. It
Yes.
was too bright. The next one I looked at was the Rolex,
Yes.
and it looked very beautiful in the display case.
Yes.
And I went, wow, that's a nice watch.
Yes.
But when I put it on my wrist,
Yes.
it just didn't suit me. It didn't have that feel. It didn't give me that joy.
Okay.
And if I'm spending the money, I'm not spending it for other people's enjoyment primarily. I'm buying it for me. So if it doesn't give me
Yes.
joy, it doesn't matter how much it costs or how much I can resell it for. That's not the point of me buying the watch. The watch is for me to enjoy.
Yes.
And I had it on my watch and I went, that's just not doing it for me. And then I put on the Omega Aquaterra, and immediately I just went, that's it.
So that's how you chose your Amiga.
That's right. That's right.
And you've lived happily ever after since.
And I saw the price and I went, oh man, that's an expensive watch. And I talked to the ladies and haggled them down on price a lot
Yes.
to a price that I was more comfortable with.
Yes.
And it was a grand and a half over really what I wanted to spend. But like I said, by the time I've forgotten how that extra money, I'll still be enjoying my watch.
Yes,
I mean,
that's a
these
good
watches
point.
last, my Flightmaster's 40 years old,
Yes.
and I'm still enjoying that.
No, that's exactly right, Paul. No, that's a very good choice there for you. That's your process, Paul. Hello fuckers, Archie Luxury here. Very, very simple bit of advice. If you're in Brisbane, Australia, and you're looking for a wristwatch, either new or used, or you're looking for a wristwatch repair, come and see my friends at Brisbane Vintage Watches. These are good fuckers to deal with. They're honest, they're enthusiasts, they love watches, and they'll look after you. And best of all, they're one of the best dealers I know of. And I really love the guys at Brisbane Vintage Watches. So fuckers, if you're looking for a wristwatch in Brisbane town, Australia, please contact my friends at Brisbane Vintage Watches. See you later, fuckers.